Good evening. This is Jonathan Odell Wyatt. Well, the situation. Good evening. This is Jonathan Odell Wyatt. Good morning. This is Jonathan Odell Wyatt. And I know it's been a while. It's been a long while since I've shared something. So I just thought I just wanted to kick something into gear. Give me a second to find it. I guess I'll edit this part out. Good morning. I guess I'd like to share another poem. Now, it's been a while since I've shared something, so I hope the quality of this makes up for the time. But thank you for tuning in. Okay. Good morning. This is Jonathan Odell Wyatt. Okay. No, it doesn't matter. Good morning. It's been a while since I've shared something, and I hope the quality of this poem makes up for time lost. This one's nameless. I don't have a title attributed to it, so I don't think it really matters anyways. I guess titles only become important, like when you talk about legislation, like the Patriot Act, or I don't know, what is it, American Jobs Act, things like that. But here, I hope the content. I hope the content's fair. I hope it's enjoyable and it makes up for the time lost, like I've said before. A capacity to exist, a ritual in living, rhythm of breathing, cycles of sleep, of heart, of blood. Within physicality, bearing psychological cyclicity, yielding emergent social constraints, however as contained by physical bounds, these patterns simply asserted by human nature to reconcile arbitrary continua with deterministic purpose. Okay. Good morning. This is probably like third or fourth time I've tried to record this. I hope this poem, the quality of it, makes up for the time lost. I haven't posted anything in a long time. And I guess it's more excuses. I say it's a busy schedule, but there's always time for doing what you want. So I hope this poem is enjoyable. It is nameless, which I don't believe a name is important. It's just the content. You can liken it to legislation, like the Patriot Act or what's the other one? Affordable Health Care Act, or anything of that nature. See, I gave examples on both sides of the aisle. But anyways, you shouldn't really judge anything by its title purely. Just like you wouldn't judge a person by their appearance. But I'm just happy that I'm finally, it's just nice to do something that you want. I don't know, it's when you push yourself to do things simply for, I guess I have a problem with, I lose sight at times of my goals, and it's just nice to sit down, and enjoy yourself, and try to separate yourself, from your drive, and just have a moment where, I guess you just revel in the experiences that you've had. I guess try and set a better picture for the future, as well as, the present. Because what is the future but just the sum of all presents into the future, and the past the sum of all presents that you've experienced. So, it's like when I talk about this poem, everything's truly continuous. They're real. The distinctions we make are arbitrary. They're human made. I guess it's all about social human constructs. But I would hope you'd get this from this poem, get that concept. But if you don't, I just hope it sounds good as well. So I hope the content in this poem therein makes up for the time lost. And thank you for watching. Thank you very much. A capacity to exist, a ritual in living, rhythm of breathing, cycles of sleep, of heart, of blood. Within physicality, bearing psychological cyclicity, yielding emergent social constraints. However, as contained by physical bounds, these patterns simply asserted by the human nature to reconcile arbitrary continua with deterministic purpose, are shackles perceived. Simply means to surpass a motive to live. Not simply biological incapacity, but of a fulfillment, personal, familial, societal, bound in a love as by our perceived shackles. The key instilled by others. I'm reading a rough copy actually right now. Now that I think about it, I edited it and a little bit. That's why it's a little weird for me to read this, but it's not like you can really understand what I'm saying anyways. So I'm just gonna, I'm gonna throw up the text underneath the video, and I should do that with all the poems though, because I believe my speech is a bit muddled. That's just how it is though. But as I was saying, I don't know, I feel like this is just, even though there's been so much time between you know, the last poems I've posted, and now I just I feel like the overriding theme in all my perception is just how arbitrary all of this is. I mean, it's fun, you know, I'm optimistic about everything, but just like, it's weird. Like, okay, right now I'm in a public, it's, yeah, it's master's in public administration, but I don't know, it's, the reading and other things I've read associated with the courses have spurred stronger thought, and I don't know, it's just like, it's messing with some of my coping mechanisms. Like, you know, some of the, you know, some perceptions. Like, it's allowed me to elaborate more on my ideology, and although I stay optimistic, I don't know, it hasn't shifted my perspective, it's just deepened it. You know, it's given me more depth, and I don't know. It's I don't remember where I was going with this. Well, I was talking about social constructs. You know, well, I mean, there's just simple ones like your family. You know, those are it's like those are intrinsic biologically. You know, you have your mother, you have your father, you have your siblings, and you have a real love for them. And then you make friends. There's these bonds that you have, and then like, you know, those are real instinctual. You know, to be with those that you love. You know, those that you share interest with. I feel that's instinctual. But then you have these societal complexes. You know, you have government, you have business, you know, you have macroeconomics. It's like, you know, you have this whole idea of currency. I don't know. it sounds like I'm gonna go into something like about, you know, specialized occupations and having a job, and it's like, I don't want to be part of that system, having a job that sets me within this specific framework within this allotted time. But I feel like that times, but I wouldn't never want it to be an argument like that. But I don't know. It's like there's two themes. There's this neoliberal theme of, sorry to put title on it, but there's, who gives a fuck about names? But there's this theme of where it's all about individualism and, you know, individual choice in what you do, and it's hard to make self-centered choices, not just from, you know, like I was talking about, like your instinctual bonds, you know, through family and friends, but that, you know, through social constructs like well, I mean, you have to, I forget what was that. There's a hierarchy of needs. You know, you have to take care of your physiological needs. You know, your hunger. Um, I guess, yeah, hunger, sleep. You know, yeah, how should I say this? Waste management. But anyways, and then you have your psychological needs. You know, you need to be happy. You need to feel secure. You know, I guess we all need to feel like we have some amount of control over our lives. But, you know, in order to establish those, you have to have certain material needs. You have to have certain materials. You know, you have to have a house. Obviously, you have to have the mechanisms at which you can purchase these goods. You know, such as money, which is through a job, which, you know, makes a lot for a lot of people, a job not a choice, but a fate. You know, I I don't know. I guess I'm going to a political philosophy, but to me, when you put things in, when you try to take away overreaching terms, and you just go simplistically, into each individual's lives, you know, and you try to look things through all the different interactions in one's life. A lot of choices aren't up to the individual. You know, there's a need to do things in order to function, appropriately within society, within moral obligations,